Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What I'm going to be doing today is I want to sort of go over Entropia Universe's latest version update. So a lot of people have been messaging me about this, a lot of people have been leaving comments, talking in Discord, just all over the place saying they hate it, they want it to go back, and I haven't even tried it yet. This is sort of my first login. I've only been online for maybe like 10 minutes, just getting the hang of it and trying to figure out, like, do I like this? Is this something I'm going to get used to, or is this something long term I'm going to hate? So first off, just for those of you guys who don't know, L items now can be worn down all the way. I love that change. MindArk, that's an amazing idea. Like the fact that they're letting us do that, that means we can get a little bit more. That helps us with overpaying for markup just because that extra, there's like 3% of a gun that you can't use, which is just annoying. And now that doesn't exist anymore. So I love the fact that they opened up those L guns. I hate the fact that I TT'd a bunch of L guns like 2 weeks ago, but I love the fact overall it's a positive change moving forward. I'm 100% pro this. That was a good change. Now let's sort of get into the stuff that's just a little bit more controversial, because I know I've just been talking with a lot of people and they're hating these controls. So first off, right now I'm in third person. In third person, I feel like these controls are pretty decent. You're going to see like running backwards is a little bit weird because now like the way he moves, the way my character moves is 100% different. But when I'm running forwards, I do like the way this feels. I like how it sort of stays centered on your character a little bit more. I love how you can still go into the free range. You can still pull it around like that. The only problem is a lot of the time when you go in free range, it sort of messes up how the character moves. Like you can see now, like when my character moves, it just doesn't feel right. Because my camera's off center. You can quickly go first person back to third person, get everything like that fixed. I think there's still some bugs to be worked out. Like running backwards just doesn't feel right. Maybe it should flip around. And when you do flip around, it's a little weird. Like there's some stuff to be worked out. There's definitely some complaints I've got, but overall with third person, I don't mind it. One thing to consider now, it's F to interact. I love how it highlights the mob red when you're targeting them. You just hit your F button, you're gonna auto shoot. So like now I've got my hands completely off the keyboard. My character or the F button is taking care of everything. I like how that works. I do sort of like the new like numbers that they're showing. The new the new text format, right? Like the styling. I love the way it looks. I love the way hunting feels now. The crosshairs, the fact that the mobs are highlighted like this, and the fact that you just hit F to interact. That does make things a lot easier. I think there's a lot of stuff that's been thrown off. There's a lot of stuff that's just messing up. Like there's a lot of stuff that's throwing people off right now just because your hotkeys don't work, and it's a little bit harder, I think, to change hotkeys now. But overall, third person, like the hunting changes, the text change, the feel of it, I really do like that. I'm pro, 100% pro that. As far as the third person camera, I think it's a change. I think it works. I think it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I think there's still some bugs to fix on MindArk's part. There's just some user comments that they're going to have to address. The fact that it makes moving a little bit harder. The fact that like, so right now you guys just saw a problem. I had F going to interact. I'm healing now. I can't auto heal, I don't think. Oh no, you can. F auto heals. Okay. You guys can see I'm new to this. So F auto heals, so that's okay. But I'm going to show you something that's off once I'm all. Alright, we're good here. So now let's equip the gun and let's do this. So we're shooting F, right? But watch what happens. If I look down, I lose that. That's going to be super annoying. That's something that really needs to be fixed. I don't know if MindArk plans to fix it, but if they don't and they're listening, like that's something they should definitely fix, because that makes hunting a lot harder, and there's going to be a lot of people that just look down real quick, or they bump they sort of get off target, and that throws them off a ton. By the way, that PM is probably someone asking me how I feel about the update. But yeah, like the strafing, the side, like when you're in third person, this does feel right. It's a little weird. You can't zoom all the way into third person, but it's sort of nice because some people did like third person. They hated when they'd zoom too close and get out of it. I think there's gonna need to be some graphics updates because this gun looks ridiculous. Like look at the butt of this gun right here. Far left, you can see it's way too small. So whoever designed this stuff, they're gonna need to rethink a lot of this, I feel like. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's sort of my feeling on third person. the running and everything like that. Now, one thing I think a lot of people don't know is if you are looking for the mouse cursor, because right now I don't have the mouse cursor. So like if I go to hit that the armor button up there, I can't do it. But all you gotta do, hit Y, it pops this little message center out, and now I can just go ahead, click any of these things I want. I can click into chat. It works perfectly. That threw me off for a bit because I hit Y, I lost my cursor, and I'm like, how do I get it back? Again, like that's something that should be fixable. I think MindArk could easily do it. Like they just make a key, right? They just, all you've got to do is make a key that you hit, and your cursor just appears. Maybe there is like, why is the key right now? But what if I don't want the message center, but I still want the cursor? Because if I'm hunting, honestly, I love hunting like this. I love if I can just sort of get as much stuff off the screen as possible. That's just how I feel about it. And I'd love it if there's a way I could still get the cursor. Maybe there is. Maybe I just don't know it yet. But it's a little weird. So now let's jump into first person. So this is sort of this works still. You can see again, like it's the same sort of mechanics as before. You can go sideways by strafing. It feels a little bit different, I'll admit it, but it still feels right, especially without the cursor. Without the cursor, everything works. Once you put the cursor in, now it just feels weird. Like I've got to move, like I can't move with my mouse. I've got to back click and drag myself around. That doesn't sit well with me, to be honest. I really don't like that. That just feels too cumbersome. Like I do not want to click to have to look. That feels weird. Of course, now everything works fine. I'm not clicking. It's a nice smooth transition. You're just sort of following your cursor again. So I think a lot of people, when they're complaining, it's because they've got this message center up, and then the keys feel very awkward, very weird. Like if you're playing this game and you're having issues, definitely like that Y button, like get rid of that message center. It's gonna feel just as good. And I think as far as what MindArk should be going for, this feel I can agree with. This feel I don't mind. If they're changing the controls to make it a little bit easier to understand, I 100% get that because this is a complicated game. I don't know if that was needed, but because that's the thing too. Like I'd be interested to see a new player's perspective, right? Because for me, I'm sitting here thinking like, well, no, all this stuff makes sense, but I've been playing the game for so long, of course it makes sense to me. So how does it feel for a new player? Like when they go up to the crafting terminal, it's just F to interact. Is that better? I sort of would like it so like if I've got the mouse cursor, I can just click it, like not double click, just one click to get it. You can back click and do one click to get it. But if you want to use it and you want to do your like left click and right click, back click, right click, by the way, I can just do a double left click and that works. So like there's still solutions, there's still ways to sort of get everything working. It's going to take some getting used to, but honestly, I can see a lot of people are complaining. I see why, especially if you're used to having the mouse out. Now it's unusable. If you want this mouse, if you want the mouse to be out, you want to click to move, it's unusable. But if you get rid of that message center, you get rid of the mouse, now it's a lot more usable, especially with the fact that automatically, like if I hit T, now all of a sudden I've got the mouse. But again, now I can't really move, but that's because I'm trying to do that. Bad example, let's do this, action library, right? It used to be with the action library, I could sort of move and still play the game while I'm looking through it. Right now, it's just like, once something's up, once that mouse button appears, the game is essentially just a sitting in the middle of nowhere simulator. But you get rid of all that stuff, you get rid of the mouse cursor, and now it feels right. So I think this is probably more of a move to get things more in line with what you'd expect of a shooter, I guess. It does make targeting mobs a little bit harder. There's a lot to be learned here, right? I can still target them third person, but first person, it definitely got a lot harder. It's a little bit annoying when I want to do armor. I've got to just like back click, get out, click here, get the armor, now click back, pull out my gun. There's a lot of annoyances to the game. There's a lot of things that have been added that just I don't like it. Like it's a little bit too hard to target mobs, and I can't really just use my hotkeys anymore. I'm sure I can set those back. I'm hoping I can set those back up. I haven't tried yet. Again, once you've got your target in, it's nice that they've got this interact. I do like the new hunting system. So like there's some changes I agree with, and there's some changes I disagree with. I think right now it's a work in progress. I think the next update is probably going to take care of a lot of these issues that I'm seeing, a lot of these problems, and overall I think we're going to have a much better system. I haven't tried mining yet, but I think the hunting system is the only thing that really changed, and I really do like this. I really do like how they've got this like outline on the mob that you're targeting. It makes life a lot easier. It's going to be interesting to see sort of how this plays out with teams, if there's any change in just the dynamics. But yeah, this is definitely something I could get used to. This isn't something that you're going to see me complaining a ton about. When I had the Y button out, when I had it like this, now all of a sudden I'm complaining. I was upset. Like, this thing came out and I'm like, did they just not test anything? But then I got rid of it and now all of a sudden it feels right. And I'm like, okay, I get what happened. So yeah, hopefully they can fix the issues with like how the game feels when you've got the mouse cursor out. But overall, I do see a light at the end of the tunnel here. So like those of you guys who are wondering like where are they going with this, it could be good. There's been a lot of speculation as far as where this could be leading. My theory is VR. A lot of people think this is mobile or console. Either three of these. It could be honestly what MindArk's planning. They already do have mobile crafting. So there's a chance that they're going to bring this game to smartphones, which would be cool. It would be a huge influx in players. I think it would be good for the game. I don't know if it would be good for everybody who's in the game right now, but I think it would be good for the game. But yeah, that's sort of my thoughts on the new version update and everything like that. You guys feel free to keep messaging me and talking about it. I do enjoy it. I just wanted to make this video, get it out there, because people keep asking, like, when's the video coming out? It's like, all right, we're doing the video. It's coming out. I'm going to release it right after I get done recording. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, peace.